Hey guys, I'm Bianca.
And we are at Club Sapphire, and it is Wednesday night.
It is Wednesday night.
Yes, Wednesday nights are an interesting party.
Yeah.
So
Happy Hump Day.
Happy Hump Day, exactly. So we figured we would talk about that today.
Sure.
Because Wednesdays are just kind of the ignored day, I think. A lot of lifestyle clubs do them, but they don't. I mean, people just like to go out Fridays and Saturday nights.
Right.
So Wednesdays.
What about that poor day in the middle of the week?
Exactly.
Like, you gotta have something to get over to the weekend, right?
Exactly. If you're horny and you want to have sex with other people.
Even if you're not horny, just something to do. A good reason to go out and drink. Or not drink.
That's true. You can never have enough reasons to drink.
Whatever.
Well, we come here a lot on Wednesdays, and Wednesdays are really, they're a whole other ball game because it's such a relaxed atmosphere on Wednesdays that we just end up enjoying it, but in a completely different way. It's just the fact that it's so much more social. It's Wednesday evening as we're recording this, and the club has been open for an hour and a half, and I've already actually had some really, really good conversations with people, just sitting down at a table having a conversation, because there's not hundreds of people here like there would be on a Friday or Saturday night. So it's just kind of nice that you can actually, and these are lengthy conversations too, that it's just kind of great.
Very social. You're able to really hold a nice long conversation with someone or a group of people, whether you know them or if you've just met them. It's one of my favorite nights just because it is so relaxed. It's great. They still have, like, you can bring in your booze like usual, but they don't have bartenders, so you just kind of go serve yourself, which is easy enough. So you can bring all that. They also have light appetizers, cheese, crackers, that kind of stuff. So it's kind of nice that you can just kind of nibble and have a drink and then make new friends.
Exactly. And of course, Wednesdays are less expensive as far as pricing is concerned. So, there's a bit give and take as far as the difference between, obviously, a Saturday night. I mean, you come in here on a Saturday night and there will be a couple hundred people here, and that's a party unto its own.
I think, sorry to interrupt you, I think Wednesday night would be a good opportunity if you've met someone online and you've been chatting back and forth and looking for a way to go out and meet up with them. You could meet here. And it's less on a Wednesday night. It's less like chaotic, and like usually on the weekends it's so busy and you're just like, what's going on? And there's so much noise from the music and the dancing and that kind of stuff that Wednesday nights, what a great place, a great opportunity to meet up with another couple and have a glass of wine or whatever you bring to drink and something to eat. And then if it moves forward, there's a playroom. There's several playrooms.
That's a really good point because, well, like what I was saying, in the fact that you can just sit and talk to someone. You could sit and talk to someone for a couple hours if you wanted to, like you would on a date out at dinner or whatever it might be, but you're here at the club.
Yeah.
And
you can feel more comfortable about your conversations than if you're at, the local diner.
That's true. If you just met someone, you're having a conversation after 10 minutes to talk, you start talking about, each other's boobs or whatever.
Or you start making out or whatever,
Which is a little weird when you're like at a fast food restaurant or something like that. Well,
hopefully you're not at a restaurant. A date at a fast food. This is, a date at a fast food restaurant. Don't mind, ladies. No, wait, I share.
Yes, you're welcome. Yeah, I'm a keeper. That's a really good point as far as actually meeting someone, and then that includes too if you're meeting people that aren't necessarily couples. I was talking to one couple who was here. They were excited that they met a woman online on one of the websites, and they were actually meeting her tonight. So it was, kind of a rendezvous. They hadn't met in person, and they wanted to do that in a situation that's safe and comfortable. And
for everyone involved.
There's, and this is a very safe place for that type of thing, because everybody's in the lifestyle and they know, about no means no, and people are watching over each other. And if there was a single woman here by herself that was going to meet a couple in that situation, it's perfectly fine, and she has really nothing to be concerned about because she is safe compared to if she would have gone to a bar or even to someone's home,
right.
where she doesn't know if they're going to have a good time or if it's going to be awkward or something along those lines, where in a situation like this, things get weird, you get out of the situation, and it's easy to do.
Well, you also have volunteers all over to help you if you needed to in a situation. So you've got many people that have your back, no matter who you are.
Right. Yeah, and Wednesdays, Wednesdays are nice that they are really just a more relaxed atmosphere. I mean, I like the fact that we've sat down on couches and we've just talked to people for a while. We of course do play with other couples when the opportunity arises. Actually, we were here. A couple Wednesdays ago? We were here with my girlfriend. My girlfriend was here with me. And in case you don't know, I have a girlfriend, and she has a boyfriend, long-term, couple years for them, and we're going on 5 or 6 months, in addition to Bianca and I being married for 22 years. We've been together. Anyway, my girlfriend and I were here, and you were here as well, and you teach pole dance classes, which we'll get into that. My girlfriend and I went off and played, and you were fine with that. And then we came back. We were done for the evening. But in the meantime, you had met a gentleman.
Mm-hmm. I had.
a single gentleman.
Yeah.
Who you were quite enamored with.
Well, I don't know if I was quite enamored with.
Oh, whatever.
No, it was, yeah, I mean, some of the stuff we've talked about, like, I like it when someone's, like, makes a move, and he made a move, and I was like, okay.
Okay.
I don't typically do this either. Like, this was the first time I've ever been with someone that I didn't really know. Here.
By yourself.
By myself.
By yourself
in
a situation, yeah.
So
we've done that as a couple many times.
Right, but not by myself. So that was a different experience for me. And so, you're here, you want to experience all the different experiences.
And
so
you did feel safe enough because of where you're at.
I had a conversation with him. I, felt comfortable telling him these are my rules and this is what's going to happen. And I was comfortable that he was going to listen to me. He was a new member or
a new single gentleman.
Single guy for the night.
He had never done anything like that, right?
Yeah, no, he was here checking it out.
And he was very young.
He was.
He was very young, and you have said to me many times that although you don't have particular interest with young guys, what do you call them?
Puppies?
Puppies, that's right. You call them little puppy dogs that you think you can mold into this great sexual
I have no
dynamo.
interest in molding them. No.
Not anymore.
No, I
you
never
sure
have.
did.
No, I think it'd be an interesting experience maybe, but I seriously would rather just have someone who knows what he's doing.
Right. Yeah.
I don't want to have to go through training.
I understand. So, but because you were horny that evening and you felt comfortable here, that you said, okay, all right, I'll throw caution to the wind and go have sex with him. Yeah. And so you were probably about 10, 12 minutes in.
Yeah.
And suddenly you come out of the playroom, and my girlfriend and I are just sitting at a table, just having a conversation with someone else. And
I was only partially dressed.
And you were partially dressed, and you had this worried look on your face. And I'm like, what? And you're like, the guy wants you guys to come back there too. We're like, what?
Well, and we had a conversation because, like, when we first started, he was like, would your husband want to come back here? And I'm like, well, they've already fucked. Like, and he's like, I know, but would they want to come back here? And I'm like, well, did you want to fuck me or did you want to fuck his girlfriend? Like, I was really confused. He's like, no, I want to fuck you. And I'm like, okay. I was very confused. But I think because he was new and he'd never been here, he just kind of wanted all the experiences all at once. Like, just like a greedy kid in a candy store.
So he couldn't be content with just having you as his first time ever being in a lifestyle situation where he's like, oh my God, I got Bianca. And then he has sex with her and he's like, you know what, this is so easy being a single guy that I'm just going to go and do it all and invite them back and we're going to have this amazing foursome. So my girlfriend and I went back there not remotely interested in doing this in any way whatsoever because, like I said, we had already finished. And we went back and we watched you guys for a couple minutes and you guys were having sex. And then we were just like, all right, so you want to go grab some snacks up front? And she's like, yeah. And we disappeared on out of there, and you came out probably a little while later,
a couple minutes
later, going, I'm done now. That was a good experience. So yeah, I mean, you could check that off your belt of things that you can do, but it was nice. I guess what comes out of that story, besides the fact that you kind of learned about young guys and how much
I knew. I would have been surprised if it gone the other way.
Yeah, and he was just like the most amazing sex you've ever had. Wow. I would have been surprised as well. I didn't.
Yeah. You never know.
That's right. Oh no. Well, single guys actually are the successful single guys in the lifestyle are usually like really good at sex. I mean, you've been with a few. I mean, they were usually in group situations, but they were single guys that we knew from clubs and parties and that type of thing, and they were usually like very good at what they do. Actually, we'll do a podcast in the near future where we'll interview some single guys and see what they, from some successful ones to maybe some new ones, see how that works out. And that should be an interesting video. But the moral of that story was really that you felt so comfortable in a situation that you usually don't do, but because you were here
and he
at Sapphire.
Didn't jump at the opportunity and jump on me and make me feel uncomfortable.
Sure.
He wasn't creepy at all. Like, I was having a conversation with a friend, and then he just kind of came up and got involved in the conversation. So it was, it was fine. It was really nice. It wasn't creepy or weird or anything at all.
And on Wednesdays, now that's the night that single guys can come without having certain. Well, they have certain numbers that they keep so that they don't just have 100 single guys in here on a Wednesday.
But you do need to have a reservation.
You do need to have a reservation, so you do want to definitely call beforehand and see if they can get you on the list. If you are a single guy that wants to try Club Sapphire, you do need to come on a Wednesday. They won't even let you come on a Saturday, for example, until you do the Wednesday orientation. And the orientation doesn't take that long, but they go through the rules and they go through what makes people comfortable, and they give you a nice tour. That type of thing. So, and like I said, some guys can be pretty successful if they try and they don't act creepy and they learn how it all works. So definitely want to get on that list if you are interested in that. Let's see what else happens on Wednesdays. All right. So you teach pole on Wednesdays.
I do. I teach pole actually on Wednesdays and Saturdays, but it's every other Wednesday. And so you can check the calendar, the Sapphire page calendar, and I usually post it. You come in, we do a little warm-up, and then I teach you a couple of spins and things to do around the pole that you could do here at the club when you feel like dancing.
Okay. And does someone need to have experience?
No experience necessary. Just come with an open mind and a smile on your heart.
Oh wow. What about like dress and stuff like that?
You're fine with yoga pants, or if you want to wear like shorts. Usually for your first time or so, yoga pants are good. Some of the ladies like to wear heels. I usually wear heels, just to kind of show people how to do it in heels. Yeah, tank top. We get sweaty. It's a workout. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
What types of things do you do? What do you teach?
Like I said, I do a warm up, and then I teach certain just like ways to walk around the pole and spin around the pole. Just simple things that you can do while you're here at the club. I'm also available for privates if you wanted something a little bit more, like trick wise or difficulty or choreography. If you wanted to do like a little routine for your person. For Valentine's Day or an anniversary or something, I can teach you a little lap dance. Like, if you don't have a pole at home, I can teach you a lap dance.
Yeah, because you've done lap dance classes here
I've
before.
Lap dance classes.
I know you did like at Christmas time, or you will. I'm sure you will again. Where you did like Santa Baby or something like that, where you actually had you had the choreographed chair dance, and you had the.
I've done.
Didn't you do a wall dance at one point?
No, I've done a chair dance and a lap dance. Two different things. A chair dance is where you're using the chair as a prop. A lap dance is where you're giving your partner a dance.
For example.
No.
Yeah. All right. Now. Okay. All right. So that's cool. So.
Yeah, lots of fun options on Wednesday nights,
and you can stay for the party.
Absolutely.
So, because usually that starts out a little bit.
And then you can practice what you just learned.
That's right, yeah, because the pole isn't just covered with people on Wednesday nights either.
It's
so
much easier
you
to
could theoretically
do
just
some
kind of be
tricks.
playing there for a couple hours if you wanted to become an expert at that thing that you taught in the class.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. Okay, so
It's super fun. Everybody's really nice, and the class starts at 7, so it's going on when the party first starts, like when the doors are open and everything. So it's kind of nice. It's a fun little entertainment. People like to watch it while they're settling into their chairs and getting their drinks and stuff. It's a lot of fun.
speaking of getting their drinks, so now Wednesdays they do not have a bartender.
Right.
On Fridays and Well, I said it again. Fridays and Saturday nights, they always will have volunteer bartenders here. Because there is such a crowd. Wednesdays, it's the whole place is BYOB, which is fantastic because you can actually save a bit of money and not have your you don't need to deal with cash on hand, that type of thing. And you bring your booze and you basically just go put it in the fridge and get it as much as you need and share it with me. What else? So there's no DJ on Wednesdays. Wednesdays there's kind of.
I feel like the music changes every time we're here. Like
Okay.
it's always different depending on who gets to that.
Well, oftentimes because you have your pole dance class when you do get here.
It's my music when we get here, but then at some point someone's got to turn it off and put something else on. They don't like my slow, sexy, sultry stuff.
Right. And Wednesdays, they are surprisingly, with the fact that they do allow a lot of single guys in, it's not a crazy amount. Like I said, they do focus on making sure that not too many show up, but it ends up actually being pretty gender balanced. We have been, I couldn't even tell you how many Wednesdays we've been here, dozens, and I'm going to say once or twice it was a massive sausage fest. But there have been times, I remember one time we came in where there were actually more women than men, single. I'm not talking about the couples that were here, and it just blew me away because that's kind of an unheard of thing. And I think a lot of single women realize that Wednesdays can be a lot of fun from their perspective if they don't necessarily want to play with a couple, although there are quite a few couples here that they can actually kind of pick and choose between the single guys and actually have some conversations and have a fun time. So if you are a single woman, of course, the pricing for single females, it's free if you're new here, if you've never been here before, and or if you're a regular member. So if you just you've paid your membership fees, and then you can just come on Wednesday to your heart's content every single time, and then take the pole dancing class or not, and then just
take it. You should take it. Everybody should take it. I taught men too, by the way.
You have actually taught some
and they learn the
men.
sexy stuff.
I know like 2 moves.
Yeah.
You taught me those.
Okay.
I don't take your class now because I prefer to watch your class, which is as a lot of the husbands tend to do.
Sexy badass guys that take my class.
Yeah, you do. Okay, so guys are allowed. So now,
Absolutely.
Are you teaching the guys differently than
Nope. They're learning the same thing we are.
What about heels?
I haven't had any guys here wear heels.
Okay, well
But hey, if you want to wear heels, you wear heels.
Well, do the women wear heels?
Some of them do, some of them don't.
Okay.
Today there was one girl in sneakers, another girl barefoot, another girl in heels.
What do you usually wear?
Heels.
Like every time?
Pretty much.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Unless I forget them or...
Well, you generally wear heels anyway, so
Right.
I mean, to everything, to like go to the supermarket, you wear heels. So, to each his own. Boy, I think we've kind of covered everything as far as Wednesdays are concerned. They do start a little bit later. I mean, the party really doesn't get going until...
they open at 7, but the party doesn't actually really get going and hopping until about 9:30. A lot of people go home after work and have some dinner and relax a little bit and then come in. So, yeah, but I kind of like getting here early.
Why is that?
Because the pole class, but also just because it's like really nice and quiet. Like you can really, really have some good conversations. I mean, not to say that as it gets later you can't, but it's nice to have the opportunities.
Well, I think we tend to, even on Fridays, or we don't really come to too many Fridays, but on Saturday nights we tend to get here pretty early as well. That's true, just like at any club, even a vanilla nightclub, that you can say things don't start going until later, or people are fashionably late. I think that's a mistake in the lifestyle. In fact, I was just having a conversation earlier this evening with a couple, or it might have been the same couple, I don't remember, that said that that they came to they came to a New Year's party, and they got to New Year's at 9:00 at night, and half the people were already gone. I mean, they were already playing, because I remember we had actually gone to a New Year's a few years ago, and I think we came back down at like 11:30, like we were playing before that. So just because
the past few ones I remember we're always playing right at midnight.
Well, that's ideal if you can, but they figured be fashionably late because that's what people do. But we often get here when they open. I mean, it's definitely very quiet at that point for the first hour or so. But that just means you get to have conversations with people that are actually a little bit better. So it's a good thing.
Yeah.
And like I said, I mean, that's why we really like Wednesdays is just in the lifestyle, conversations are more important than anything. We used to go to a club out of state that was a nightclub. And they acted like a nightclub, and it was so loud that, just like nightclubs are, that you basically could dance and you could bump into people, but if you were trying to have a conversation, it was impossible. And it just seems that, although we were successful with a few people that we basically just bumped and grinded until someone yelled into someone else's ear, "Hey, you want to go upstairs?" And hey, if that works, but I have definitely found it better if you can actually have some good conversations and connect on that level, and then one thing leads to another, and
right.
you go into the back room to play. So getting here early isn't necessarily a bad thing, but yeah, the party doesn't start till 9ish or so, but that's to each his own that way. They do close a little earlier on on Wednesdays. Usually they close about midnight, but that depends. And we've actually been here a couple times where it was still going crazy at midnight, and they're like, "Yeah, we're going to stay open another hour or so." But that just kind of depends. Chuck and Dee are the hosts on Wednesdays, which they're awesome. If you don't know them, meet them if you haven't met them.
And Dee is the current Miss No Swimsuit.
Yeah, she is the winner of the National Miss No Swimsuit contest that they had back in March at Hedonism in Jamaica. We were there, rooting her on, and it was pretty amazing. And so she's here on Wednesdays with
so
Chuck.
You can come meet Dee.
Come meet Dee.
Miss Sapphire.
Absolutely.
Or
So
Miss No Swimsuit. I guess she's Miss
no,
No
she was
Swimsuit now.
she was Miss Sapphire.
But now she's Miss No Swimsuit.
Oh, you can't be both?
No, I don't know.
She would be both. She won the Miss Sapphire.
Okay,
all right. So
she's Miss Sapphire Swimsuit.
yeah. So
No swimsuit.
and they're awesome people, and they're also, if you don't know them, there are a couple that are really, really good at making people comfortable, specifically new people. If you see them, they'll come up and say hello to you already, but you can have a conversation and feel comfortable. And being new in the lifestyle, we've mentioned it before, but it's really, really true. People are so friendly here that you can have a conversation with anyone, and you're going to feel like you're a family after a short period of time.
I was just thinking, too, maybe Wednesday nights are a good night if you're newer to the lifestyle or a shyer couple. Maybe it's a good night for you to come and practice your social skills. Practice talking to other couples when there aren't a lot of people around. It's, it's easier when it doesn't feel overwhelming when it's a big, huge party. So if you've got a smaller party, there are fewer people to talk to, maybe it's a good time to practice those social skills of getting brave, of who's going to say hello first.
Absolutely.
So, and come say hi to us.
Yeah, we don't mind that at all. We're not acting. She is actually this friendly. Yeah. All right. So make sure if you have any questions for us, there is an email right on the bottom of your screen, right there, that you can email that goes directly to us if you think of a topic you'd like us to talk about, or an idea, or you might have a question for us, or a question about the club that you want us to answer on an upcoming video, anything like that. Feel free to do that. Otherwise, thank you so much for listening.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for watching. We're excited that people are starting to watch this new YouTube channel. It's pretty cool. So make sure you subscribe. Push the little subscribe button if you haven't, and we'd really appreciate it. And of course, Club Sapphire would appreciate it because that helps our awesome club grow. Right? Yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much for watching, and
Keep watching.
We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.